good. A lot of ad-libbing, that takes a lot. So I'm from New York. That's why you never saw me before, but I've been doing comedy for a while. Thanks for having me. I'm George's friend. That's why he left when he's supposed to be. He's my videographer. I just gave him $100 for that, and now he's gone. But I'm Jewish too, so don't worry. I'm going to be following up on that too. Just making a joke about that. So you don't know me, and you're wondering, you might be wondering, I can't assume what you're wondering, is that the love child of Barbara Streisand and Barry Manilow? I'm not, but I'm getting older like they are, and I try to have a positive attitude. Like I'm losing my hair. I went to the skin doctor today. I told her I'm losing my hair, but I try to be positive, but I know where it's going. It's going to my knuckles. And when you go through the change, your hair, I won't assume you're as old as me, ladies, because that wouldn't be nice, but George might know, when you go through the change, everything changes with your hair. Like, I'm losing this hair, but then I have some hair here, and I'm making a macrame ring to go with the knuckles. In fact, I'll just tie it all up and make a bow. But it's funny, you see the younger ladies, and they complain about the cramps. Oh, I wish I was past the cramps, and I wish I could just have the change. And then the change comes along. What do they say, ladies? What do they say when they have the change? Am I putting you on the spot? They say I have the sweats. I got the sweats, the hot flashes.
The hot flashes.
Right? So you're never happy. So you know what I say at my age? I say menstruation, menopause, those were the good old days. I don't have either. I mean, the cuckoo on my biological clock is wearing Depends. And I look in the mirror. I have these pound signs right here. And I have exclamation points here. Pound signs, exclamation points. Then I have the parentheses. These are parentheses. So I figure if I have parentheses, pound signs, exclamation points, I'll just lay down. You send a text message on my face. So I told you I try to have a positive attitude. So I've renamed my varicose veins. I've named them the Roadmap to Adventure. You ladies have the Brazilian and all that. I don't even know what that is. I got the road that leads to the Dead Sea. And the road that leads to the Sterling Forest. I wouldn't know what Brazilian is. I'm getting older. So I used to be a school teacher in New York City. New York. Anybody from New York City and moved out here?
Woo!
I know these towns, like this town. It's called, yeah. It's an old Native American term. Did you know that? It means get me the hell out of the city. There's nothing wrong with saying that. But New York is very tough, and the kids in my school were tough. Like you walk into PS 140 where I taught, and you see the sign. You see the school colors, black and blue. Teacher, how do you tell time? That's easy. How long did you have me locked in the closet yesterday? And you can't tell from these tables, but we used to have a lot of these are Formica, but we used to have wooden tables. George, did you have wooden tables, wooden desks? We used to carve our sweetheart's name in the desk, the girls in my class. These girls carved their sweetheart's name in their sweetheart. Very tough girl. So I've been married a few times. I know you were talking about being married. I was married to a Chinese guy. But I was also married to a Jewish guy, both big guys. People say, what's the difference between being married to a big Chinese guy and a big Jewish guy? There's really no difference because they're both cheap and they drive terribly. And, thank you. And recently I was dating a guy from Brooklyn, and he lived on Bragg Street. He didn't have much to brag about, I have to say. And on his singles ad, it said, loves long hikes. Then why, when we were in the lobby of your apartment building, did you wait 5 minutes for the elevator and you live on the first floor? So he takes me into his apartment and he shows me the rest of the singles ads. It says, loves long romantic horse and buggy rides. I said, first of all, you met me on a blind date, so why are you showing me your singles ads on the computer? And also, horse and buggy rides? You live in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn. This isn't the Amish country. Amish country? I go to the nail salon. Ladies, do you go to the, even men sometimes go to the, you go to the nail salon? Do you have the one with that like vibrating chair where you're getting your feet done? You don't, when you get your pedicure, they don't give you a machine that vibrates and it massages your back? No. Oh wow, you have to try this. It's like, if you press the right button, how about you? Did you ever, you know, right? Okay, I'm not crazy. They have that in New York. Big difference. So anyway, so it massages your back, but if you put it on high speed, it like shakes your whole body. And then they have the lady who does your toenails while the other lady's doing your hand nails. So you have like no control of yourself. And the one who does your hand, like she cuts you. And the one on your toes not only cuts you and shaves the back of your callus, but at the same time, she puts this burning like hot oil on your flesh. And if you have any cuts, like you're seeing stars. So it's like a total torture. I said, people, I didn't try to do anything to your little village where you're from. In fact, I protested against all that. But they had like 30 tortures just on my nails. Well, what do I have, a minute left? Okay, I don't want the interview. I'm like kidding. I'm kidding, I wouldn't mind the interview. But I'll just tell you more about myself. So, forgot what else. Oh, I'll go back to something if you don't mind. I'll go back. What is this, the Copacabana? What do you care if I go back to something? I'm sorry, I came all the way here. When I was teaching, everything in New York City in the school system is a teachable moment. So I'm breaking up this fight, and this kid goes, "He choked me terrible!" I said, "Stop. This is a teachable moment. He choked you terribly. You're using your adverbs incorrectly." Thank you very much.
Helene Witt, stay up here. We got a couple questions for you, Helene, if you don't mind. Right? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Helene Witt. First of all, you said you grew up in the city. What part of the city?
I grew up in
You're not sure?
No, it's really, I grew up in
the city. Which part of it?
Right over the border into Nassau, where Belmont Racetrack is, right there.
Oh, like barely Queens. Hardly. Right. What section of Queens?
I am from the city now.
Oh, you are now from the city. Oh, boy. We're going to need to do a full background check on Helene and get to the bottom of this. We need some references. You can hire the guy from Patterson. He really doesn't have any cases right now. He just cleans up the office and waits for immigrants to come in over the wall. But so what was it like growing up with Barbara and Barry?
They're very snotty Jews where I grew up.
No such thing as snotty Jews. Come on. So, and what was the section of Queens?
Well, it was Nassau County, Elmont. With
It was Elmont. You grew up in like East Hampton now. By the time we get to the bottom of this, how long have you been doing comedy?
I started in the '60s, and then I got back about 3-4 years.
Oh my goodness, about 3 or 4 years. You perform a lot in the city. Whereabouts do you perform?
Anywhere I can